Welcome back. I arrived back at my room. I decided to skip dinner. I fall down and bury myself deep in the soft blanket. Ina. Honestly, my mental fatigue far outweighs the physical one. I know that feeling. I'm so exhausted. All of this is way too complicated. Maybe outright dying straight away would have saved me a lot of headaches. A dead body, strange fog, and me, right in the middle of it all, mustering up enough courage to take pictures and document everything. In retrospect, I'm surprised at my own bravery. I don't know if I could pull that off again. And then there are those women I met. Though fear constantly lingers in the back of my head, I tried to treat them as forthcoming as possible. Meeting them obviously helped me take my mind off things for a while. It was a welcome change to talk to normal people for once. However, the more I think about it, the more it scares me. If one of them really is a monster that's trying to kill me, I didn't notice a single thing. That's highly unsettling. Searching around and finding out what's going on is a strenuous, time-consuming task. And on top of that, despite things being troublesome enough already, the day's not even over yet. The villagers will soon start getting active as well. I don't know if I have enough time left. It's a short winter day up in the mountains. There's only an hour or two left before the sun sets. Wandering around outside then is dangerous. Apart from the imminent threat of physical harm, people could get suspicious if they catch me looking for clues. The motel owners, another problematic factor. I have to stay vigilant and keep my guard up at all times. That weirdo's constantly watching me. If I've got until the sun goes down, that doesn't leave me a lot of time. What to do? I wonder what those women are up to. I need to get the 5 women staying here to trust me. Establishing trust with all of them seems like a daunting task, and I'll have to make the most of the evening hours as well in order to increase my chances. With my mind a little clearer now, I stand back up again. Time to make the best of this situation. Okay. What are we doing? Who are we going to see? So, this one's starting to trust us, Nutty. Din, also starting to trust us a little. This was the girl that shocked us, right? With the taser. Let's go see her. Yes. Okay, I should go see Hana. I arrive at the abandoned village. Sweet. A desolate, depressing sight. Forgotten and left to the relentless powers of nature. That creepy witness guy told me that Hanasei could be a fox spirit. That's right, the Kumiho. A 9-tailed fox. It's nuts. The 9-tailed fox is a creature of myth and legend, not something real. Did I even hear him right? I can't help but chuckle. What kind of sick version of reality have I ended up in? I mean, for many, it's the dream. I stroll through the abandoned village and carefully observe my surroundings. It's a weird feeling. The fact that Hana could supposedly be some sort of evil creature scares me. On the other hand, I'm on edge because I can't find her. The motel owner said she'd be somewhere around here. At a ruined, desolate shack, I turn around the corner while lost in thought. Hello there. There you are. Having heard the sound of my voice, Hana turns around. The two of us just stare at each other for a moment.
전기 충격기가 그리웠어요?
Came back for round 2 of getting roasted. You some kind of masochist? Maybe. Pardon? The awkward atmosphere is made somewhat better by her casual quip. Or is it?
해본 말이에요.
You heard me loud and clear. What are you doing in a place like this? I try to talk to Hana, skillfully ignoring her tasery threats. And yep, she's ignoring me. Damn, this whole situation is beyond awkward. She's looking around all over the place, searching for something all while seemingly ignoring my existence. There's something I've been meaning to talk to her about. Hana, that day when we saw the grisly scene, are you doing okay?
네.
Yes. She does not care for him. Awkwardness strikes back with full force once again.
박준성 씨는
Junsong. Yes?
시사 프로그램 PD가 이런 곳에 왜 오신 거죠?
What brought a program director all the way out here? Well, I pause for a moment to think about my answer. I worry about how much about me I can openly tell Hana. I can't exactly mention all that demonic stuff and talk about rituals and monsters. Then again, I wonder if clumsy lies are the way to go. That's simply a house of cards bound to collapse. With that in mind, I'll go with... I came here chasing a case that I'm in charge of. It's a missing persons case. Quite a big one, actually.
실종 사건이요?
Missing persons? Is that so?
규모가 크다는 건 무슨 뜻이죠?
A big one, you say? Just how big are we talking? Heh heh heh. Hana's attitude seems to have changed slightly. We're talking big, big. Many missing persons from multiple areas. They've all disappeared at the same time. Big enough to be labelled as a mass disappearance case.
그건 좀 이상한데요.
That's a little weird, but still.
실종 사건이야 늘 일어나고 있는 거잖아요.
People go missing all the time. It's nothing too unusual, right?
집단이라고 특정할 만한 특이점이 있었다면 이슈가 됐을 텐데요.
It would only be peculiar if all the missing people were one singular group, so to speak. Something like this doesn't just happen out of the blue on such a grand scale. Once this gets reported, with broadcasts running all night long, that's when the severity becomes clear. Also, you can't forget to add the murder that happened here to the list. Or rather, the death. Let's call it that for now. We can't be sure it's murder yet. But as you saw for yourself, this is not an ordinary death. Religious symbols, strangely arranged objects all over the place. If the bizarre death's directly related to the missing persons case, it's very likely that this is much more than your run-of-the-mill disappearance case.
그럼 PD님께서는 그 사건에 대해 계속 취재하실 생각이신가요?
So what you're saying is you plan to continue covering the case. What's with the sudden interest in my work, Miss Lawyer? Looks like I've hit a sore spot. Hana looks pissed. Having turned the tables this time, I feel triumphant for a moment, although I'm honestly confused. She's shown nothing but disinterest in everything I've had to say so far, so why is she curious all of a sudden? Well, yeah, I intend to keep covering the case. I've been working on the missing persons case for a while now, and it's led me here. I plan on following every clue I find. Hana looks at me and seems to be thinking about something. Hana looks at me and I'm reading. Why does it not start a new sentence? It confuses me when it does that. Anyway, then points to a place right behind me. She likes pointing, this one.
잠시 저기 들어가서 말씀 좀 나누실래요?
Got a moment to go in there and talk? Hana seems ready to share something she had kept to herself till now. I nod, and we enter the abandoned building together. Oh no, that is how you get tasered. For as shoddy as the place looks, it's doing a good job at keeping the biting wind at bay. Hana looks around and sits down on a creaky chair, but not before using a handkerchief to brush off the dust. There's another chair on the floor next to Hana, but I choose to lean against the wall. It's cooler that way. Keep telling yourself that, buddy. Okay, let's talk. Hana glances at the chair on the floor. I feel like she wants to say something. But then she turns her head and looks at me.
사실 전 누군가를 찾으러 여기 왔어요.
Actually, I'm here because I'm looking for someone.
그 사람도 얼마 전 실종됐죠.
Someone who also went missing a while ago. Wait, really? Can you give me more details?
실종된 사람은 제 아버지의 친구분이세요.
The person that's missing is a friend of my father.
처음엔 실종 사건으로 조사되던 그 사건은
Initially, it was being treated like a missing persons case.
시간이 흐르자 살인 사건으로 조사 방향이 바뀌었죠.
But as time passed, it has turned into a suspected murder. A murder case?
네.
Yes.
그리고 그 살인 사건에
And
저희 아버지가 연루되셨어요.
as it stands, my father's supposedly involved. And when you say involved, you mean...
맞아요. 제 아버지는 살인 사건의 용의자로 누명을 쓰고 계세요.
My father's being framed and treated as the suspect in a murder case.
자신의 친구를 죽인 파렴치한 살인범으로요.
He's being labeled as an unscrupulous killer who murdered his friend.
그래서 저 혼자 이 실종 사건을 조사했어요.
That's why I chose to investigate this disappearance myself.
아버지 친구분이 살아계시면 아버지는 자연스레 누명에서 벗어나실 테니까.
If I find him, alive, that is, my father will no longer be a target for false accusations.
그렇게 그분의 흔적을 쫓다가 여기까지 오게 된 거예요.
Following the trail led me all the way out here. Hana, can I ask you something?
어떤 거요?
What is it? Am I right to assume that the reason you're telling me this... okay. So we have a choice. Connected cases. Her case and the one I'm chasing might be connected. My association. She suspects me of having had contact with who she's looking for. Let's say connected cases. Do you think there's a connection between my missing persons case and the one you're working? Hana looks a little troubled upon hearing my question. I hope she can tell me everything and that we can share our information. She still seems somewhat hesitant.
네, 맞아요.
Yes, that's correct.
그리고 준성 씨는 실종 사건을 취재했으니 실종자 명단을 정리하셨을 거고.
Since you're covering the case, I assume you must have access to a list of the people that have gone missing. And if your father's friend is on there, our two cases are, without a doubt, linked. Oh. I tried to process all the information I've found so far. For the first time after the devil's assault on my senses, I feel like my journalistic instincts are finally reawakening. What's the name of this missing person?
권상현이라는 분이세요.
His name's Sang-hyun Kwon. Sang-hyun Kwon.
준성 씨가 찾던 실종자 명단에 있어요?
Is he on the list of people that you're looking for? I've gone over the list of names hundreds of times already while covering the case. If Sang-hyun's name was on there, I would have remembered it already. However, no matter how hard I think, I don't recall having seen that name before. I'm afraid not. That's the first time I'm hearing that name. The two of us stay silent for a while. My mind is racing. There's so much going on in my head. We've both shared what we know but have no real results. We need way more details and specifics if we want to get to the bottom of this. While I'm still mulling things over, Hana suddenly gets up.
우선 헤어지죠.
Let's leave for now. What? I hesitate and clumsily take my back off the wall that I'm leaning against. There are so many unanswered questions. Why does she want to call it quits? But I'm still trying to figure out.
그러니까 그 정보란 걸 더 모아보자는 거예요.
Why does she keep pointing at us? Let's focus on gathering more information. Put that finger down. Hana brushes off some dust that's stuck to her pants from sitting on the chair as she speaks.
이렇게 해요. 조사하다가 뭔가 알아낸 게 있으면 여기서 만나기로.
We can do this. She said all of that in Korean and the English is just, we can do this. There we go. Let's meet up back here if we find anything.
우선은 우리가 쫓던 실종 사건의 본질에 집중해요.
First, we should focus on the true nature of this disappearance case.
사망 사건은 어차피 그 큰 줄기에서 뻗어간 사건으로 보이니까.
That death and the case seem to stem from the same root after all.
지금으로서 추측할 수 있는 건
I can only guess right now.
아무래도 실종 사건들은 이 마을과 깊은 연관이 있어 보이니
But the disappearances seem to have a deep connection to Hope Hill Village.
이 마을을 조금만 살피면 뭔가 흔적이 나올 거라 생각해요.
So looking around should provide valuable clues.
정리하자면
Stop pointing at me.
키워드는 실종자라는 거예요.
To sum it up, our focus is on missing persons. That's the key.
각자 조사가 끝나면
After we've both finished digging around,
그래요. 여기서 다시 만나 결과에 대해 이야기하죠.
let's meet back here again and talk of our findings.
여기라면 눈에도 안 띌 테니까.
I doubt anyone will find us here. Hana, now dust-free, heads for the door already. Her attitude offends me a little. We're both pursuing the same leads, working the same case. Despite this, she's trying to play it overly cool. I guess working and being sociable don't go hand in hand. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I did not see anything weird about her behavior whatsoever, and this man is incredibly judgmental.
아참,
Oh yeah. Just before leaving this dump, Hana stops and turns around.
제가 이곳에 있던 거 어떻게 알았죠?
How did you know I was here? I'm sorry, what?
아까 절 보고 찾았다고 했잖아요.
Uh-oh. You said, there you are, when you saw me, remember? He's busted.
제가 여기 있는 걸 알고 찾으러 오셨다는 뜻 아닌가요?
That means you clearly came here looking for me. So how'd you know? She sounds awfully harsh. Seriously, is this woman still suspicious of me, even after everything we've talked about? I mean, she has every right to be. The motel owner told me you'd be somewhere around here.
그 아저씨?
That old creep?
전 일부러 그 아저씨를 피해서 나왔는데요.
Even though I purposefully avoided him and tried to keep it a secret? The motel owner's ugly grimace pops up in my mind. Rude. His overly excited voice. His unsettling eyes following me. As expected, the motel owner's on the devil's side. Whether as a simple servant or more, I don't know. However, I can't exactly just talk about demons and the devil with Hana out of nowhere. Maybe she's into that. My answer will be, okay, I'll evade the question or I'll ask back. There's nothing to divulge. I'll gloss over it. I'll ask her about the motel owner. Let's do this one. You came out here to avoid the motel owner. Why?
이 마을 자체가 어딘가 이상하긴 하지만 그 아저씨는 특히 기분이 나빠요.
This whole place feels strange, but something about him in particular makes me uneasy.
대화하다 보면 내 목적이 뭔지, 내가 뭘 하려는지 전부 아는 듯한 눈치를 보이고
He always seems to know way too much about me, about what I'm trying to do.
얼마 전엔 내가 어딜 갔다 왔는지도 알고 있더군요.
He always knows which places I've been to,
마치 감시라도 한 듯이.
as if I'm constantly being monitored by him.
아니, 방금 말은 잊어줘요.
But forget I just said anything.
그냥 꺼림칙한 것뿐이니까.
I probably worry about it way too much. After Hana finishes speaking, she turns away and leaves the house. With Hana gone, I try to sort my thoughts. Okay, so far I am not getting like super fantastically evil vibes from her. She's the only one that I don't really get the suspicious vibes from. So either she is the human and the motel owner really is like working for the witness, or maybe is the witness himself, who knows. Or she's super incredibly sneaky. She is supposed to be the Kumiho after all, the nine-tailed fox. So she's just really good at lying to us, me included. And she is evil, but the motel owner is actually a good guy and trying to help us, and that's why he's constantly monitoring her. It could go either way at the moment, I don't know. Let's just keep reading. So, Hana's clearly not willing to let her guard down around me just yet. A natural reaction, given the circumstances. An unknown remote village, a dead body, a stranger who's never been here before. Honestly, I probably wouldn't trust myself either. Even being fully aware of all that, I can't help but feel a little frustrated. I scratch my head and start walking. I shouldn't preoccupy myself with this now. There are still many other things I have to take care of. Having finished everything on my schedule, I'm back in my room. The sun's already setting. In my opinion, this day went by too fast. Phew. I throw myself on my cushy blanket. Everything that's happened has exhausted me. I'm too tired to move. But still, I should sort out and order everything I found out during my investigation today. Conclusions provide info about the motive and culprit. Okay, click on it. This is where trust levels can be seen at a glance. Cool. While listing suspects at the same time. No. Well, it appears there isn't enough information to arrive at a good conclusion yet. I put my phone away and fuse with my soft blanket again. It feels like I'm still aimlessly wandering through the fog. But if I keep going at it, little by little, step by step, maybe it's... Alright. It's Sunday, October 28th. 5 days until the selection. We got 5 days left. I think we're just going to end this episode here because that's actually like a really good cutting point. We've entered the 28th of October. We're still in the Hope Hill Motel. So as I said, so far, not getting massive evil vibes from the potential Kumiho, but she just could be really good at lying. I don't know yet. Anyway, come back next week. Let's figure out what's going on and who is involved with each case. I'll see you guys then. See ya.